Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd family a part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. Today we're going to be talking about wrestling. So while we're on the subject of wrestling, let me go ahead and say that tonight I expect to see everyone in the area at 244 Livestock Road, Easton Ollie, Georgia, for some SWA wrestling. Doors open at 6 o'clock and bell time will be 7 o'clock. So again, tonight, 244 Livestock Road, Easton Ollie, Georgia, for some SWA wrestling. But today we're going to be talking about AEW Revolution, which took place this past Sunday night, March the 6th, in Orlando, Florida. I know when we previewed it last week, I said there was going to be 11 matches, and they actually, after I did the video, added another match to the pre-show. So there was 12 matches altogether, 3 on the pre-show, 9 on the main card. And again, if you have any thoughts, like always, please feel free to let me know. Whether you've seen all of it, just some of it, or read about it, I always enjoy reading your comments and feedback. On the pre-show, we had Layla Hirsch defeating Chris Statlander, and Hook beat QT Marshall. And then the added match that I did not discuss when I previewed it because it was not added as of then was the House of Black, which consisted of Malachi Black, Brody King, and Buddy Matthews. They defeated Pac, Penta Oscuro, and Eric Redbeard, who used to be Eric Rowan in the WWE. And then the main card kicked off with Eddie Kingston defeating Chris Jericho. Jurassic Express beat Red Dragon and the Young Bucks to retain the AEW World Tag Team Championships. Wardlow won the Face of the Revolution ladder match, and they say that Orange Cassidy suffered an injury in that match, which usually in a ladder match, there's always somebody that gets injured some way because of how dangerous they are. But they will not say exactly what injury Orange Cassidy suffered or how long Orange Cassidy will be out. But Orange Cassidy did suffer an injury in that Face of the Revolution ladder match that Wardlow won. So now he is guaranteed a future AEW World title shot. Jade Cargill beat Tay Conti to retain the AEW TBS Championship. CM Punk beat MJF in a dog collar match. Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, defeated Thunder Rosa to retain the AEW Women's Championship. Jon Moxley defeated Bryan Danielson. And then we had Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara, and Sting defeating Andrade El Idolo, Matt Hardy, and Isaiah Cassidy. And then the main event, we seen Hangman Adam Page defeat Adam Cole to retain the AEW World title. And speaking of Jon Moxley, I wish everybody could see this, but I know it's impossible, and I don't know if they would do it around people. But my twin boys watch so much wrestling, and I know I've mentioned before, as a matter of fact, it may have been in my Revolution preview last week, how my wife's favorite wrestler is Jon Moxley. So typically, whenever she gets free time to watch wrestling, that's who she watches. And we all know before Jon Moxley joined WWE, he was Jon Moxley. Then he was Dean Ambrose. Now he's Jon Moxley again. So he's been Jon Moxley off and on for a long time. So my twin boys know all about Jon Moxley. And the younger one has his ring introduction down pat. And it's the funniest thing ever sometimes when we're at home. He'll pick up his Jon Moxley action figure and he just starts going on the Jon Moxley ring introduction tirade, and he does the whole thing. How much he weighs, where he's from, and then he ends it with John Moxley, and it is the cutest thing in the world hearing a 3-year-old already knows so much about wrestling. He knows John Moxley's ring introduction and all that, and 4 to 5 times a day you hear John Moxley. So just in case anybody's curious how much my twins like wrestling, hopefully that is your answer. And by the way, let me say that at work last night, I got to meet Emery. Emery has been a subscriber to the channel since, I don't know, probably August or September of last year. And I got to meet him last night, and it was a blast. Unfortunately, I was working, so I didn't get to talk to him for a long period of time. But I do always enjoy meeting subscribers, especially the ones that I don't already know personally. So, Emery, it was nice meeting you, and thank you so much for subscribing to the channel back whenever you did. And Cody Rhodes has supposedly been in talks with WWE, and I wanted to know if anybody has any thoughts on that, because I know I mentioned a few weeks back that he had left AEW, but I have said from the very beginning when this whole thing started that it's all a work. I don't think he's leaving, and the only reason I've said that from the get-go is because Tony Khan, the owner of AEW, actually put out an email for the whole world to see about how Cody Rhodes was leaving and thank him for all he did for the company and all that. And when I saw that email, I said, this is a joke. Because I have never in all my whole-born days seen a wrestler quit a company and the owner of the company put out an email about them quitting. That just doesn't happen. Now, if the wrestler gets fired, maybe. If they retire, maybe. But I have never seen a wrestler quit a company on his own and then the owner of that said company write an email about them quitting. So when I saw that email, I said, I don't believe that. But supposedly, he is still in talks with WWE, but I still think he's going to stay in AEW. So if you have any thoughts on that, please feel free to let me know. Is he going to stay in AEW, or will he go back to the WWE? Cody Rhodes is actually a very good wrestler. He's just always bored me because he has no personality at all. But he's actually a really good wrestler. And also, I wanted to let everybody know, in case you did not watch Wednesday night's AEW telecast, that Jeff Hardy has now signed with AEW. So I'm sure before long you're going to be seeing the Hardy Boys as a tag team in AEW. But of course, Matt is 47 and Jeff is 44. So I'm not sure how many years they have left. But if you have any thoughts on that, please feel free to let me know. Again, that was the AEW Revolution review from AEW Revolution, which took place this past Sunday, March the 6th, in Orlando. And today's dad joke, I was going to tell you a joke about paper, but it was terrible. And that is your dad joke of the day. And that wraps it up for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of 3. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. Bye.